Isekai isn't just about flashy heroes. It's about survival, choices, and finding yourself in worlds that test every part of who you are. Today, I'll tell these stories as if I lived them myself. These are 10 little-known isekai anime that will surprise you. Let's begin with number 10. The Red Ranger becomes an adventurer in another world. I once wore red, leading a squad of heroes who fought evil with courage and power. But after countless battles, my strength began to fade. I couldn't keep up anymore, and my team moved forward without me. In shame, I stepped away, searching for purpose. That's when I found myself in another world, not as the Red Ranger, but as a simple adventurer. Gone were the giant robots and dramatic clashes. Here, it was sword fights, dungeon crawling, and the grind of survival. No one recognized me as a savior, and strangely, I liked it. I could build friendships without the weight of leadership, grow at my own pace, and rediscover what it meant to fight, not for the world, but for myself. Even stripped of glory, I realized the warrior in me never died. This new world became my second chance to live, not as a fading hero, but as a man still capable of courage. Moving on to number 9. Otaku Elf. They call me Lady Elda, the guardian of Takemi Shrine. The villagers worship me like a goddess, leaving offerings and bowing in reverence. But the truth? I'm just a lazy elf who doesn't age and hates leaving her room. I'd rather binge on manga, games, and junk food than perform divine duties. Centuries of isolation turned me into a total otaku. My poor shrine maiden has to drag me out whenever there's a festival or ceremony. They all see me as mysterious and divine, yet if they knew the truth, they'd probably laugh. Still, even in my laziest moments, I feel their love. I see the way they treasure the shrine, not because I'm holy, but because I've become part of their lives. Maybe I'm not the goddess they imagine, but through snacks, games, and small kindnesses, I've found a bond with these humans that even my endless years can't make me tired of. Now stepping into number 8, no longer allowed in another world. Back in Japan, I was a man of despair, tired, broken, and ready to end it all. Death came swiftly, but instead of peace, I awoke in another world. Here, magic and beauty surrounded me, but I couldn't escape my own emptiness. The people here mistook me for something greater, someone with wisdom or power. But inside, I was still the same hollow man. Every day felt like a cruel joke, another stage where I had to pretend to fit in. But this world forced me to confront the parts of myself I tried to run from. Companions came and went, monsters tested my will, and even hope flickered in strange places. I may not be a chosen hero, but I walk this path because fate gave me no other. Perhaps redemption isn't found in another world. It's found in choosing to live, even when living hurts. Next, let's journey into number 7, Ishura. The Demon King fell, and with his death, the world should have found peace. Instead, chaos followed. Dozens of warriors, heroes, assassins, mercenaries rose from the shadows, each one claiming the right to rule. I am one of them. I sharpen my blade not against monsters, but against the strongest humans alive. In this age, titles mean nothing. There are no saviors, no destined rulers, only those strong enough to survive. Every battle is a test of skill, every duel a chance to carve my name into the history of this fractured land. Rivals surround me, each one a legend in their own right. Yet I fight not for glory alone, but to see who truly deserves to shape the world left behind. In this endless struggle, strength is the only truth, and I intend to prove mine. From the battlefield, we move to number 6. Now and then, here and there, I was just a boy chasing a sunset when my life was stolen from me. Dragged into a world torn apart by war, I learned quickly that hope was rare, and water even rarer. Children like me were forced into armies, trained to kill or be killed. Kindness was seen as weakness, compassion as a death sentence. Yet even in this nightmare, I couldn't abandon who I was. I believed, stubbornly, desperately, that small acts of courage mattered. I protected those I could, fought when I had to, and endured when everything screamed at me to give up. This world broke so many, but I held to the belief that even one person's hope could spark change. Maybe I couldn't end the war, but I could keep the light inside me from going out. And in a place of endless despair, that was a victory all its own. Now, let's step into number 5. Kakuriyo, bed and breakfast for spirits. I never knew my grandfather's past would become my burden. One day I was taken into the hidden world of spirits, yokai with frightening power, who demanded payment for the debt he left behind. Their price? My hand in marriage. I refused. Instead, I chose to work off what was owed, using the one skill I trusted most, cooking. I opened an inn in this strange realm, serving meals that soothed even the most terrifying of spirits. Every dish bridged the gap between our worlds, proving that kindness and flavor could heal wounds sharper than claws. The more I cooked, the more I realized this place wasn't a prison. It was a chance to build something of my own. Through food, I found friendship, respect, and even love in the unlikeliest of places. This hidden world became my new home, not because I had to stay, but because I wanted to. Moving on now to number 4. El Hazard, the magnificent world. One day I was a high school student. The next I was standing in a place of wonders, El Hazard. Beauty filled its lands, but so did conflict. My classmates and I were scattered, drawn into the power struggles of kings, priestesses, and shadowy forces. Some welcomed us as saviors, others feared us as outsiders. I discovered abilities I never thought I had, powers tied strangely to this world's mysteries. But with every revelation came responsibility and danger. Bonds were tested, betrayals cut deep, and love entwined itself with destiny. El Hazard was not just a world of magic. It was a place that revealed who we truly were when stripped of the ordinary. Every choice echoed, not just for us, but for the world that had dragged us in. And now, into number 3, Brave Story. My world collapsed the day my family broke apart. When despair threatened to crush me, I stumbled into a realm of magic, a world where I was told I could change my fate. They said if I fought, if I journeyed, if I endured trials, I could rewrite destiny itself. I clung to that hope, desperate to mend what was shattered. Along the way, I faced monsters, formed bonds, and learned truths I didn't want to hear. Each step showed me that power doesn't erase pain, and that every wish carries a cost. Still, I pressed on. Not just for my family, but for the boy inside me who longed for courage. Brave Story wasn't about escaping tragedy, it was about finding the strength to face it head-on. Now, we move to number 2. The Weakest Tamer began a journey to pick up trash. I was born with a skill so worthless that even my parents abandoned me. A tamer with no talent, destined to fail. Cast aside, I wandered alone, surviving on scraps no one wanted. Then I found it, an injured slime, weak and fragile like me. Everyone else saw trash, but I saw life worth saving. Together, we collected what others threw away, making a journey out of things discarded. The world mocked us, but with every step, my bond with that slime grew. Slowly, what was weak became strong. What was useless found purpose. I may not have been born powerful, but through patience, kindness, and resilience, I created my own strength. My story isn't about being chosen. It's about proving that even the weakest can shine. Finally, at number 1, working for God in a godless world. I was raised in a cult, my life dictated by devotion to a God I never truly believed in. When death came, I thought I was free. But instead, I woke in a world without gods, where despair ruled and people lived without hope. Irony struck. I, who doubted faith, became the vessel of a real goddess. She chose me to help her restore belief, to bring light to a godless land. At first, I resisted. Why me, of all people? Yet as miracles stirred and enemies rose, I realized this wasn't about blind worship. It was about what kind of God the world truly needed. My journey became one of questions and choices, not just faith. And in guiding this goddess, I found something I never thought I'd have: purpose. These stories may not be as famous as mainstream Isekai, but each one is powerful in its own way, filled with struggle, hope, and discovery. From heroes reborn to wanderers who find strength in weakness, every journey proves that another world can change you forever. Which one of these hidden gems would you live through?